a local law group fighting for those without a voice.
Sam Adam Jr. is an internationally known and award-winning attorney. Amy talked to Sam to learn more about personal injury law.
Okay, Sam, let's talk about what is personal injury law.
Well, personal injury law is an area set aside in the law to make sure that people get compensated when they've been injured or seriously hurt for negligence, when the person who's done the activity was negligent, reckless, sometimes even it can be intentional.
Right.
But it's set aside to make sure that their medical bills, that the pain and suffering are compensated for due to someone else's negligence.
Okay, so what are some of the misconceptions that we hear?
Well, there are a lot of misconceptions, but the number one misconception that comes out is that lawyers are too expensive to hire. And typically in personal injury, it's done by contingency, where if you come to a lawyer and you talk to him, he takes on the case himself as far as finances, and they only get paid if they help you get compensated. You don't have to come in with a retainer. You don't have to pay money.
Okay.
That's the number one misconception. The second one that I always try to tell people is that most of the time lawyers are hard to find. That's not true. There are a ton of lawyers. What is important is that you go through and find the right one.
That's the right one.
Because it's kind of like medicine. You don't go to a knee doctor if you have a heart problem.
Right.
Well, lawyers are the exact same way. You have to find one that specializes in birth injuries if it happens to be that kind of a case. You have to find one that's dealing in car accidents if that's the type. And the last thing I'll say is that one misconception is if a lawyer refers your case out, that he's not interested in your case. I refer a lot, really most of my cases out, because I want to make sure the client finds the right lawyer. I've been very, very fortunate to have a big career.
Yes.
So I've met some of the biggest lawyers in America. And I send them most of my cases in particular areas so that the client gets the best. I don't care that it's not me. I want the client. That's what's important. The client has to come first. And so I have a big network of lawyers I send them to so that they can make sure that they handle those cases the way they should be.
Okay, so what's the first thing someone should do after an accident and or injury?
First thing they have to do is get medical attention.
Right.
I know that sounds obvious, but so many people will have a car accident and just, I have a little bit here and there, I'll just go home. Go to the hospital and get checked out. I don't know how many clients have called me 3 or 4 days after an accident. Oh, my neck hurts. Oh, I have this feeling. And then you find out they may have a spinal injury. Then you find out because there was too much adrenaline or they had shock, that they weren't feeling the pain at the time, that you've had real bone fractures. Go to the hospital and get checked out. Your health is the most important. Second part on the other side of that is, once you get treatment, follow what the doctor says. Go all the way through the treatment process. Because once you go through it, if you stop treatment and you really don't know how hurt you are, you're never, ever going to be able to be compensated for your medical bills fully or your pain and suffering fully because you stopped treatment. Help your lawyer help you, which is make sure that you get every piece of treatment that you possibly can that the doctor recommends.
I mean, because some of this stuff can come back years, months later.
I've had cases where we went through it, we settled, and then we found out they stopped treating, and then the pain came back 6 months after the settlement or 6 months after the trial. And you certainly cannot go back and say, hey, wait a second, I'm still having these issues. Go all the way through the treatment process.
Okay, let's talk about why this work matters so much for folks.
The number one reason this work matters, especially to me, is twofold. First is my clients have to come first. And if they were the victims of negligence or recklessness, they have to be compensated for that because this is our lives. You've got to go the rest of your life with some of these problems. We deal in very serious cases. But the second part of this is really why I got into this work. It's when these corporations or these hospitals or these nursing homes have a practice of doing something wrong. The only way we have found to really stop that, to get them to change their practices, is to sue them and hit them in the pocket. That's why it's important. It's for future clients. It's for future people who go there trusting that they're going to get the right kind of care, and it doesn't happen. It's so important to make sure we make changes moving forward to be the best society we can, to be the best we can in all aspects of life.
Yeah, so if anybody has any questions, they should just get some advice first, correct?
Always. And I don't care where a good idea comes from as long as we get the good idea. And I can put people in the right hands because it's not about me. It's about them.
Fantastic. Sam, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me in.
All right, for more information, scan the QR code on your screen or call 312-SAM-ADAM.